going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel again. Of course, as always, I'm Eric. Welcome to my humble little hole-in-the-wall channel here through Blind Eyes, my Philippine quest. As always, I always like to welcome back my old and current subscribers, any new subscribers, and I see there's been quite a bit of that last video, guys. Thank you, man. To all you guys, for whatever belief you have in me, I really appreciate it. And anybody's on the fence, if you're on the fence, man, I'm going to keep it real simple for this time. I'm just going to tie you in a chair and tickle you till you piss yourself, okay? So get off the fence, man. Come hang out with your buddy Eric and the wonderful people we have on this channel. And all jokes aside, guys, my videos really truly do find you well wherever you are in the world. And you know, I'm never gonna claim to be, you know, the greatest YouTuber. It doesn't matter how long I end up doing this. I'm just one guy trying to do what I can. You know, that's all it is. And it's gonna be an uphill battle, but as most of you guys know, if you're committed to something and you refuse to give up, you can do anything. You know, and that goes for anybody, whatever path you may be on. So, all right, we'll get right into it, man. The Philippines is gonna kick my ass, but maybe that's what I need. Interesting subject, I thought. So, yeah, we'll get right into it. Number one, basically, living simpler, or living a simpler kind of life, is going to be, you know, it's going to be a bit of a shock to the system. You know, culture shock. Let's say a lot of guys will go over there, experience that. Maybe some guys pay attention. Maybe some guys don't. I don't know. But for me, I'm pretty hyper aware, and I think a lot of that's, you know, my situation. You know, just having the vision loss. I feel like I have to be more, you know, aware as best I can. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. As you know, any of my American viewers know, or even some Filipinos or whoever that have been over here before and seen the kind of life that we live over here, you know, we kind of have, you know, I guess you could say an overabundance of things. You know, we readily, you know, we can go to the store and readily have everything pretty much we need. You know, right at our fingertips, whatever it may be. You know, food, cosmetics, you know, auto parts. The list goes on and on and on. I'm not even going to try to name, you know, there's too many to name. Over in the Philippines, as you know, any of you guys that have been there before know, especially Filipinos that live there, you know, a lot of times there is a lot of things out of stock. And, you know, I didn't really fully understand it at first, but as I've learned more and more about the Philippines the last, you know, over 2.5 years of doing my research and studying and all that stuff, you know, you get 110 million people roughly living in the, you know, an area the size of Arizona, and or maybe even smaller than that. You know, Arizona here, if you look it up on Google or whatever, there's about 7-8 million people that live in Arizona. And yeah, there's room for more, but the point is you have a lot of people in a small area. And when you take up, you know, when you take away the water and just put the land mass together, just, you know, if you put all the land in one pile, it's really not that big of an area. So run out of stock and things like that, long lines and all that stuff, you know, is a common thing over there, you know, and that's going to be, you know, at the very least, patience testing for me. So, you know, it's going to be, how do I want to say it? It's going to be a little bit of a slap in the face, but I think at the same time it's also going to remind me. You know, I was talking about the long lines or the, you know, the out of stock things like that. You know, there's many other things. I'm not going to get into all of them here. I think in a way it's going to be good for me because it's going to show me that, hey, I really need to be grateful. It's absolute nightmarish living hell that a lot of days have been here for me. You know, need to always remind myself, and my trip and maybe my eventual move to the Philippines is definitely going to help me do that. I need to remind myself that, you know, some people have it a lot worse, and that's just the facts of the matter. People having to work together to survive over there because of, you know, the lack of things, and, you know, it's hard to find jobs and stuff like that, and money's real tight for a lot of people. A lot of neighborhoods and families especially, you know, they have to work together, whereas it's not as much of a thing over here. It's kind of a shame that people have to be put in that position, but it is kind of, the beauty of it is Filipinos, work together, for the most part. Not that all their problems, I'm sure they do, but for the most part they work together, and that's I guess the small little diamond there in the pile of coal, if you will. So seeing that will be good, but the suffering that leads to that is not going to be good. So it's a double-edged sword, guys. Kind of coinciding. You guys know me. I try to tie these together the best I can. We live an overprivileged life here in America, and it's a lot of us, until we get outside the box, and go see how it is in some of these other, I don't know, I'd like to call it a third world country, but you know what I mean, countries other than the United States. We complain like we really have any right to here, and until we get outside the box, like I said, and see how some people have to live, we're kind of aloof to it, you know what I mean? We're kind of clueless, we're ignorant, you know what I mean? I think everybody should have to go and at least visit for a couple weeks or a month, or maybe live in another, third world country or whatever. And I know I hate that word, guys, but it's the best I can come up with right now. Because that gives you an appreciation for, how, not that America's perfect, we surely got our problems here, but how, I guess you could say in a lot of ways good we have it here. And until you see the other side of the fence, you don't know. It's very humbling to see how people have to live over there, and it's going to be hard most days. It's definitely going to be hard. The Philippine weather ain't no joke. And I've talked about this in other videos, and a lot of guys have, but it's a constant thought in my mind, especially after seeing Typhoon Pang did. It's horrible. My Filipino always jokes, the Philippines borders they're so kind there. They open their borders even to typhoons, and it's kind of a funny little joke, but at the end of the day, it's not a joke, because it just devastates things. And I definitely would like to be a part of, like I said before, some other videos. Philippine Red Cross does a lot of disaster relief work, and it's best to get in with groups, like I said before, that would help me find my footing. And maybe I'll just always stay that. You know what I mean? I'm just one guy. I can't do a whole lot by myself. I'll probably little things here and there, but for the most part, I really kind of, they're my main focus just because of what they do. You know what I mean? And all hands on deck. The more hands, the more arms, the more brains. The better. The better to help with. And people that have already been there doing it for a while can help guide me in that. And I'll vlog it the best I can, guys. I don't want to be putting a camera in the face of people that just had their house destroyed or whatever, asking for interviews. Like that would make me a real, I guess if they come to me and they see me vlogging if they want to or whatever, but I'm not just going to go around door to door and say, hey, would you know what I mean? That's to me just feels, I don't know, strange. Like I'm trying to almost in a way profit off their suffering. If you guys know what I mean, that's really distasteful. So I'll try to always do my best to vlog it, but in a respectful way. Kind of just maybe give you a couple shots to seeing what's going on, explain what's going on, and leave it at that, because I'm never gonna be one of them bloggers, guys, that just puts the camera in people's face. I'm sorry, to me that's really distasteful. So yeah, that's that. Philippine Sun, definitely not a joke. Continuing on with this one, still number 3 here. Definitely not a joke. Not really excited about having buy a bottle of sunblock every week. My Filipino says a lot of Filipinos, they use umbrellas or whatever. I mean, yeah, that's great to save money. I feel kind of ridiculous walking around with an umbrella all the time. Maybe I'll have one with me though. I mean, to protect, because you never know when the rain's going to come in there. And the rain, when it rains in the Philippines, it rains. And you guys are there, we don't get rain like that. And me coming from a cold weather climate here half the year in Michigan, my skin's going to be extra special, sensitive. That's why I try to tan now that it's starting to get cold. Tanning days outside are pretty much done here for the year. But I go to the gym, I tan at least once, twice a week, not to look cool, but just to try to kind of keep my skin protected for when I do get over there in a few months. You know what I mean? If I go over there pasty white, I mean, I'm just gonna get fried. I'm probably gonna get fried anyway, but you know what I mean, guys. So trying to, there's a purpose for that. I'm not trying to be Joe Cool or whatever. It's just, you know, to keep my skin protected. You can never again be too protected over there because, like I said, the Philippine weather is not a joke. Between the hurricanes and the rain and the hot sun and, you know, the things that can cause all that, it's definitely serious. Number 4. Seeing so much poverty, I kind of talked about this a little bit before. Seeing so much poverty is really going to wear on me. You know, it sucks because I'm not really going to have a lot of money to help. I mean, if I have a few bucks to help out here or there, I will. But I got to be careful with that because I don't want people getting jealous or thinking I'm playing favorites or any of that. That's not cool. But like I said before, time is the most valuable thing that we have, and that's what I have to offer. A heart, time, you know, patience. Philippines will definitely help me work on my patience more. I need a little work on that. But it'll kind of be forced upon me over there, which is good, you know, because you need to be patient with people and situations and things. But that's going to be one of the hardest parts for me. Just, you know, seeing so much of that over there and not knowing that I can't do a whole lot. I mean, maybe I can help you pick up the pieces, or maybe even just sometimes just having an open ear to listen to people, and you know, whatever they got going on, try to offer the best advice I can. You know, just trying to help. I think Filipinos will be more than appreciative of that. You know, some people are going to expect handouts, but you know, you got to learn to deal with them. And sorry, I'm not an ATM, and I'm not going to be. Like I said before, guys, it's actually, and you guys that do, you know, give out money or whatever there, be careful because it's actually illegal according to Philippine law to hand out money. You know, better to go buy, like, you know, a sack of rice or some vegetables or whatever, some food. You know, a couple articles of clothing if you can. Don't just hand out money, guys. It's not. One, it could be turned into, now they're expecting it all the time. 2, you don't know these people. Maybe they could be part of a drug syndicate and they're just using it for, you know, not so good things. Probably more often than not the case, but I'm just saying, yeah, don't just hand out money, guys. But getting back to the original thing, I just hope I have what it takes to stomach, you know, seeing the way that some people have to live. I just hope I can stomach that. You know, it's gonna test me. Definitely, I'm not even there yet, but I can already feel it. It's gonna test me, guys. So hopefully I can handle it. Guys, last one. Little things can be very much amplified over there. You know, I've heard a lot of vloggers talk about some of the ATM problems, run out of cash because of the loan sharks and things like that, or just having, like I said, so many people and not enough ATMs. Hopefully they, you know, implement taking on the task of, you know, making more of those, because people got to have money. You know, the banks only operate certain hours. I said before, like, you know, the long lines and stuff like that. Misunderstandings over there can turn deadly if you are, you know, a person that gets easily offended or pissed off, or, you know, you go out of your way to disrespect a certain Filipino or whoever. You know, that situation can turn deadly. You know, little things can be amplified. And there's a million more. I'm not going to go into all of them, but just keep that in mind. You know, life is about the little things, guys, and you need to certainly pay attention to the little things, as they can turn into big things very quickly. And that can, you know, do a 180 and turn your what was an alright, halfway decent day into something that's not so alright, not so decent. So just always keep that in mind. And I'm saying this as much for you guys as I am for myself, you know. So I do come back and watch my own videos, not just to critique a little bit, to try to get better, but also to reabsorb what I said, you know what I mean? Because it rings true for me just as much as it does for anybody else that, you know, I share these videos with. So, alright guys, this already went on probably long enough. Thank you, I appreciate you once again for taking some time out of your day, spending a few minutes with me. It's appreciated more than I could ever express to you guys in words. And I don't want to be, you know, redundant with that. But yeah, so if you guys got any kind of value out of this, you information, help, entertainment. You had a laugh at my expense. You just like to hear your buddy Eric yap. As always, guys, please drop kick that like button for me right in the face. It really helps. YouTube algorithms. It really helped with the last video. I mean, I'm just blown away. Thank you guys so much, man. I think I got like 35 new subscribers just off that one video, and it's got like 700 some views, which for me is a lot. I guess sometimes that algorithm just catches it, guys. But the more you like it in the beginning, and I'll obviously share you guys' comments, I always get back to you guys, and I will always try the best I can. Because each and every one of you is important to me, and your opinion, your thoughts, your comments, and things like that. So feel free to share. But all that stuff goes into the YouTube algorithm, and the more that happens, the more it pushes it out, And that's the great thing about YouTube, guys. One video can change your whole, the whole thing. It could turn a not so great channel into something great, and therefore beyond. So I appreciate you guys' support in whatever way. Like I said, I'll never ask you guys for money. That's not what this is about. If I ever do get to the point where I allow donations, 100% of that goes to Filipinos. I don't want a dime of it, period. And that'll never change. This channel is not about trying to make me rich. But I don't think anybody should go into YouTube thinking they're going to get rich. Not going to happen, more than likely. But this is about helping people, and mainly Filipinos, because many of them over there needed it. And that's just, that's not knocking you Filipinos. It's not your fault. This is the position that the universe puts you in for whatever reason, but you guys handle it with grace and with patience and with respect, and my hat really goes off to all you Filipinos for even just being able to survive in such a difficult environment there in the Philippines, not to mention the unbelievable amount of niceness and warmth and welcoming behavior that you guys exhibit. I'm really looking forward to coming over there, picking your brain and figuring out how exactly it is you guys do that. It's really inspired me. I really want to say a special thanks to my Filipino viewers and to everybody, because you guys really are amazing, and don't let anybody ever tell you any different. So, I'll quit yapping, guys. I appreciate you to the ends of the universe and back, as always. Subscribe if you're new, please, and like I said, share my videos. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. All that stuff, guys. We all say it, but you guys know what you gotta do. So, I appreciate you. I hope my videos find you well. I'll end like I always try to do. Remember, guys, when they have one world, we need to protect it, and we need to protect each other. I don't care about your skin color. I don't care about money you got or don't got. I don't care who you know in high positions, politics, or any of that crap. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. I don't care what country of origin you're from, how big your house is, how fast your car is or isn't, how hot your wife or girlfriend is. This crap does not matter, and you need to understand that. You need to implement that. And I know it's hard, guys, because the media and the government and society as a whole is always blasting us 24/7 with pretty much everything to the contrary of what I just said. But those who are good people and those who have a heart, and I believe most people are generally good people, you need to never forget that. You need to stay centered. You need to block out that negative crap. Learn what you can from the world, but block out the rest. It's not important. Go about your business. Live your life. Make some money, sure, save some money for a rainy day, but don't go chasing millions of dollars like that's ever going to make you happy, because it's not. There's been plenty of rich people that have hung or shot or killed themselves in whatever kind of way. You know what I mean? So that's that. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that, guys. All right, man. I love you all, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys.